Yo guys, welcome to ShayanGaming. Today we're going to be talking about Vex, the latest champion coming to League of Legends, and seems pretty damn fun. Can't wait to play her properly. We're going to be going through some tips and combos with her, so I hope you enjoy. For your passive, you can see that there's a bar below your mana bar. That's basically the countdown timer of when your passive's ready, and when it goes red, that means it is ready. So now your next ability will fear and interrupt dashes, and this also applies to minions and groups of enemies, so you can do it to all the minions and the champion as well, all at once. This is useful, for example, when you want to burst down a champion who's got loads of mobility, like let's say a Riven or something, and then you just want to stop them from being able to run away and burst them down. Also, when an enemy dashes or blinks, or if you use your E on them, you'll leave a mark for 6 seconds, and let me just show you what the mark looks like. So as you can see, there's that little eyeball thing there as well, and that'll be there for 6 seconds. It's called Gloom. And then if you manage to do an auto attack, you basically deal additional bonus damage to them. You can also trigger the mark using your Q or using your W. Triggering the mark will also reduce the cooldown of the passive by 25%, which is quite a lot. And also hitting minions only, for example, if you're wave clearing, will also help reduce the cooldown as well, but only by 10%. But hey, it's better than nothing, and it will help you wave clear. As you can see, when you hover over the passive, you'll see a radius around yourself. I think this is the radius that it will put the gloom mark on them if someone dashes. You might be wondering why for your Q Mistral Bolt you've got such a weird looking thing. Well, basically it starts out with, actually let me just show you first. It starts out with a big width, and then it accelerates here, but then it's a lot more narrow. So yeah, it's slow and then gets fast. And as we mentioned earlier, it can go through multiple enemies. So yes, your Q can shoot through the wall and you'll deal damage. And in terms of using your Q and flash, so if we just use Q right now and we're trying to get this one, obviously we're not going to reach. If we do flash and then Q, we can reach these two. But if you do Q and then immediately flash, you can also reach those two. And obviously you want to do Q and then flash, because then they have less time to react. Because if you're doing it like this, it's kind of a bit more sudden than if you were to flash and then Q. So just make sure you Q and then flash like this, if you know they're far away. Otherwise you don't need to really do it. But yeah, Q also has the lowest mana cost and cooldown out of all your abilities, so it'll be the easiest to get your passive off. So right now we've got the red bar underneath us, and we can easily use it to get him, but even minions and anything along the way. In terms of your W, personal space, you can deal damage over walls, and it will only start the W where you end up after your flash, so like that. You can't, for example, W and then flash, but I don't really know why you'd want to do that, but now you know. And also you can still move while you W. It doesn't like, it's not like a Moo where you kind of stop. You just keep going. So one thing to mention about your E, Looming Darkness, is the further away it travels, well, the further away you use your E, the bigger the radius will be. So you can even see the icon is kind of like smaller here, and then when I bring it here, it's bigger. So if we use it here, it's kind of like going all the way there. And if we use it right here, where it's the smallest, it will look like that. And unfortunately, you can't use your E to give you vision, so we're not really going to know what's going on there. And over here, we'll only know if we have, for example, our mastery kicking in. What's nice about the E is that because the further away the enemy is, it's bigger, so it's easier to hit them, and then they're also slowed when you hit them. So hitting your passive, because remember your E applies your passive's mark on them. So then once you've E'd, you can use your Q to easily get the passive off and deal that bonus extra damage. So for example, let's use our E here. Okay, we've got him. Now use our Q. Okay, we did the extra bonus damage. So usually we can see we're doing 103 damage, but if we get the... Oh, he dodged it. If we get the E... Yo, chill. Okay, and now if we use it, you can see you're doing a lot more damage, and it's a lot easier. If they're not as good as this Renekton as dodging, then we can just do that. Boom. And then obviously if you combine it with the fear, then you're doing even more, and it's pretty cool. And then especially it sets them up nicely for a gank for your jungler to come in. For your ultimate, Shadow Surge, this time we are getting vision, which is nice, so we can see inside here. And it also deals damage to everything along the way. It will, however, stop if it hits an enemy champion, and it will mark them for 4 seconds. And during this 4 seconds, you'll also have vision of them if they run away, which is Renekton very kindly did. And another thing you can do during those 4 seconds is pre-cast your ultimate, and then you'll dash towards them, doing more damage than the initial one. Okay, so what's really cool about the ultimate, and kind of like a playmaking feature of it is if the champion that we've marked with our ultimate dies within 6 seconds, then our ultimate's cooldown resets, and for 12 seconds we can use our ultimate again at no cost, so we can basically dash to another champion. Okay, so let's try to do this now. Let's actually use our E first to get a little fear off if we can, but nope. Okay, let's ignite, let's use our ultimate, let's dash, let's get the kill, and now we can use the ultimate again. We can also dash again, which is very nice, and we can keep going, but this one doesn't die because it's a dummy. Dummies don't know how to die. Okay, so one thing to notice is when you're using your ultimate and you're in the dash, you can't use flash at the very beginning, but after a short while you can actually use it. So if, for example, you're dashing someone and you're like, crap, I shouldn't have done that, I need to cancel it somehow, you can just keep spamming flash until you eventually it lets you do it, and then you're back in safety here, just getting attacked by this guy. What's your problem, huh? I got enough mana, thank you very much. Okay, now you might be wondering about Zhonya's. Well, if we dash, we can actually use Zhonya's as soon as we're in it. So we can be Zhonya'd like this, but that doesn't really make sense, because why would you want to be Zhonya'd on the way there when you're not really taking any damage anyway? So then, yeah, you might as well just Zhonya when you arrive. Will that reach? Oh yeah, it will, nice. So like, boom. Hello. Oh, wrong one. So in terms of combos, I think starting with Q is probably the easiest, because you can easily poke them, and then when your passive's up, you easily get a fear as well. And while they're feared, you can just do some auto attacks until you get level 2 and unlock some other abilities. And then ideally, if you can get your E on, then you can use your Q as well. And then if you have like a Hextech rocket belt, you can dash towards them and use your ultimate, your W. So in terms of combos with your ultimate, now if you're pretty sure you can 100 Odom with your ultimate and you can basically kill them within the 6 seconds, then you could always, if you're very far away, use your ultimate first and then dash towards them, get the kill so that you can reset your ultimate temporarily. So for example, we do that. Now remember, we haven't got the Gloom on them, so we still have to, let's say, W and then use the E to get the Gloom, and then we can attack them, etc. It would be nice if the ultimate did put a stack of your passive on them, but it doesn't. It's just your E, and obviously if they dash themselves, but you don't control if they dash, you only control your own E. And remember, when you are dashing in towards them, you do want to W first, because it does give you that massive shield at the very beginning. Let's just look at it now. That's quite big for a very small Vex champion. And then if you're not sure you can burst them down in 6 seconds, then you could always just use the normal, use your E, get a Q on them, jump or wherever, chase them, whatever you got to do. And then if they happen to be far away, then at the end, after you've already done some damage, then you can use your dash and hopefully get the kill and reset. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and let me know what you think in the comments below of this fun champion, and see you in the next one. Adios.